Friends with the monster, falling for a monster. 'Cause I'm in love with a monster.
Monster RX93.1.
The Daily Survey with Rhea Rams is about to go live online. Catch the top monster hits of the day based on your votes and other TDS goodness.
Streaming video on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931.
Your TDS host, Rhea Rams. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Welcome back to the Daily Survey. We are currently live on air and also online on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. And Monsters, we have a very special guest with us today. Now, back in December, we had the inaugural Monster Music Awards to celebrate OPM's finest. Now, this is our way of giving recognition to our local artists' creativity, originality, passion, and dedication to their craft. One of our awardees is here with us today, and we are very excited to give them their Indie Ground Song of the Year Award. Now, here on The Monster, we give unsigned independent artists a chance to reach bigger audience by giving them radio airplay. Now, indie artists from all over Metro Manila and even those from Cebu and Davao have been heard consistently on The Monster all year long. Now, out of the hundreds, and I mean hundreds of song submissions, there can only be one winner. So Monsters, here to accept the Monster Music Awards 2024 for Indie Ground Song of the Year. Latest Flame, let's give it up for Jose. All right, and of course, we are going to give you your trophy, which I will grab right about now.
Oh my gosh, there's a trophy pa.
All right, can we get the for Indie Ground Song of the Year? Let's give it up for Jose Miguel. All right, and of course, to perform the Indie Ground Song of the Year, once again, let's welcome Jose Miguel to the Daily Survey and The Monster with Latest Flame.
Do you want to take it higher? Do you want to light my fire, my flame? Oh, what do you desire? And have you found what you want in me?
My latest flame.
I say what it is, yes it is what it is, so won't you come my way? Didn't think that I'd ever be in a position to feel this way, so spend some time with me. Do you want to take it higher? Do you want to light my but they taste sweeter than you. She cool but fair, she the type to be aware. I can't help but stare. I ask her to dance with my fire, my lady, my baby, my desire. She cooler than ice, she flyer to fly. Oh, how the time goes, what do we know? Where does this go? All I know is, yeah. Really no pressure though. Do you want to take it higher? Do you want to light my fire, my flame? My latest flame. Thank you.
Jose Miguel with Latest Flame, everybody. Welcome once again to the Monster, and of course, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Daily Survey.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's such an honor to be able to hear that song live. It definitely is a Monster favorite, which is obviously why it won Indie Ground Song of the Year. Can we please give it up for Jose Miguel once again? Yes, so it's been such an amazing ride for that song. And we are honored to have you here today. But of course, we want to get to know more than just Latest Flame. But before we get to know about your songs, let's get to know you a little bit more. Why don't you introduce yourself to the Monster? Tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Monster. I'm Jose Miguel. I'm a singer-songwriter, I guess, based in the Philippines. And I'm really honored to be here and to accept the award for Latest Flame. Big thanks to everyone who tuned in today and, who's been hearing the music on the station and on the other platforms. I really appreciate your support. So just a little bit about me.
Yes, and we also know that you are an old soul, so to
Sure.
speak. A lot of your music you mentioned is like the kind of music that your grandparents listened to, but with I would say a flair that even people our age or of younger generations would appreciate. Now, where did you draw inspiration for this kind of music, and where did you draw inspiration for the sound that you have developed for yourself?
Yeah, like you said, my grandfather actually introduced me to the world of jazz, the big band jazz. So it was a big influence. He was a big influence, and the music that he introduced me to was a big influence in my songwriting and my career and the way I really perform also. So as you notice, some of the songs in my album, the 5-star album, are kind of has a hint of traditional jazz or samba or even music in that category and genre. But there's also a couple of sounds and songs that kind of have a more modern twist to it, such as Latest Flame. It has a funky, more modern swing to it, but I kind of sing like a jazz standard singer, Frank Sinatra. These guys are my idols. So, yeah, I'm lucky that I have a low baritone voice.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it totally suits the kind of music that you are putting out.
Right.
But let's talk about Latest Flame. I'm sure a lot of the Monsters who've heard it just want to know a little bit of a backstory behind the song. What is it all about, and what is the message that you want to give your listeners through the song?
Yeah, actually, it's been a while since I last got to talk about what is the meaning of Latest Flame. Basically, Latest Flame is about me meeting somebody and somebody special. So basically, my latest flame. I say what it is. She says what it is. But I just wish that she'd come my way. So stuff like that. It's like it's meeting someone for the first time and really seeing that, wow, this girl really lights up my world. So, or guy, could be any. So yeah, it's about meeting somebody and that person lighting your fire, giving you the inspiration to really break out of your shell and just be more confident. So therefore, the arrangement of the song is kind of more like lively and funky. It gives you that suave vibe. So yeah.
I love that you're not only taking into consideration the lyrics of the song, but also the sound. Like this sound is how it feels to meet your quote unquote latest flame, right?
Absolutely.
And I would say like a lot of your music, especially that song, has given a lot of your listeners, especially the monsters, that feeling, which is why we all love that song so much. Now let's talk a little bit about your process when it comes to writing music. A lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of artists, it varies all the time. Some of them start with the lyrics, some of them start with the melody. What is it for you?
Well, for you're right. No, it does vary. So sometimes I start with a melody. Sometimes it starts with poetry. I love to travel. I love to just get away from my comfort zone and just get lost. Usually I write in places like a forest or in the middle of like whatever I find. Sometimes there's this one time I wrote in the middle of the Vatican. Can you imagine that?
The Vatican.
Yeah, and I was just like feeling inspired. So I have this little notebook that I usually carry around when I do travels. I write it down and I kind of just put out all the things that I feel, and then later on figure it out, put a rhyme scheme to it, and then build a story around it. So that's one way I do my process. Another one is sometimes a melody just comes into my head and I just sing it, I hum it, and then it just kind of just grows from that. I put it on the instruments like the guitar, and I put a little bit of synth on it. So yeah, it just grows and grows and grows. So there is a starting point. It's either I start with a poetry or a melody. Yeah.
All right, now you mentioned that you like to travel.
I do.
So
Love to travel.
when it comes to traveling, do you meet a lot of artists, and have you thought about anybody that you would like to collaborate with internationally but also locally?
Yeah, I'm grateful and I'm so privileged to have the opportunity to have had shows abroad. So since the last time I was on Monster, we were able to do Taiwan. We did a show in Busan and Seoul, Korea. So these were different festivals that we participated in and waved our flag, in that process, I was able to meet a lot of different personalities in the industry, a lot of booking agents or artists as well. So I was able to gain a lot of knowledge and, stories and just experiences from them too. So definitely have met a lot of those folks in and out of the stage, backstage, and around the circle. So yeah.
Yes, you may sit
Oh my
down.
gosh, there's a chair for me.
Congratulations.
Hi, chair.
Surprise.
Want to see something funny? I can't reach the ground, guys.
But yes, so
I can.
have met a lot of artists. It's so interesting to me as a fan of K-pop that you have met people in the K-pop industry as well. So let's talk a little bit about the artists in particular. Who is there any dream collaboration internationally but also locally? Maybe you can give one each or more. It's up to you.
Dream collaborations, quite a few. Some of them living, some of them gone. Because I come from, my background in music is really 50s, 60s music, and some of them are still around, but some of them are long gone. So I would have loved to have collaborated with Quincy Jones. Yeah. I would have loved to have collaborated with, let's say, Bobby Caldwell, those fellas from back then. And those who are living, probably maybe Jacob Collier one day.
Okay.
And who else? Boys? Snarky Pa. Yeah, a couple of Leve. I was able to meet her one time during her show.
Here?
Yes, here.
Amazing.
We were able to talk for a couple of minutes just about music. So that would be cool if we ever got to. Call me, girl. I've been trying to reach out, so let me know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Leve.
Shout out Leve.
Yeah,
Come
but there are a couple of other musicians locally. mga idols like Sila Blaster, Unique, Dilao. Those are my homies, and hopefully we get to work together one day. You never know, right? So
Well, hopefully we see that soon because that would be absolutely amazing. Now, you do have another song that you will perform for us. It's called Free. Tell us a little bit about that song. How did you write it? What's the story behind it? Just tell us anything and everything.
yeah, the the long story or the short story. The short story is basically it's a night out with me. But the long story is basically this guy who is trying to impress this lady by taking her out a night in town, like seeing the city lights, going up and having a dinner, the highest floor of the hotel or whatever it is. It's very like Great Gatsby themed actually. And when I write music, and especially with this song, I was thinking of cinematic. I think about it in a cinematic manner, wherein I write a story about this person and this person. They meet here, and this is the kind of outfits that they're wearing. So the music kind of complements that kind of moment and those moments in the story. So yeah, it's basically about me taking somebody out on a date, if you will, and yeah, just setting yourself free, like not being so stuck up or really like putting too much of a guard up. Just being able to express and be yourself. Meeting somebody who gives you that kind of freedom to just be you. So yeah, set you free.
Yes. So we are going to be hearing that song in just a little bit. Yeah. But what I found interesting about what you said was that you when you write your songs, you think about it in a cinematic way, because that kind of gives us, how when a song doesn't have a music video yet, and you create it in your head. Yep. And I feel like when it comes to your music, it's very clear the kind of images that you want your listeners to see. So I think that was very interesting. And because of that, you do have a couple of shows coming up. So why don't you tell us about that and tell us what your fans can expect?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So we actually got the call a few months ago, and we're gonna be playing this really huge jazz festival in Indonesia, and it's called Java Jazz. And the lineup is really wild because earlier I said I'd love to collaborate with Jacob Collier. He's actually headlining that event, as well as Snarky Puppy, also Justin Lee Schultz, and Jesus Molina. So a lot of these guys. Oh, and Rai. Rai, yeah, she'll be playing also. Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm just really excited to be even on the bill. Like I posted something recently on my Instagram, I believe. It was like, to the kid who was singing in his bedroom and watching all the Java Jazz videos growing up, and finally I got to perform on the stage.
Congratulations! That's gonna be absolutely amazing. So when is the show, and if there are anybody who want to get tickets, how can they find those tickets?
Yeah, so the show is gonna be on the 30th of the month to June 2 or 1. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys are, or if you find yourselves in Indonesia, Jakarta, come by. We'll have a great time. I won't let you down. Mga kapatid, whoever is there and you want to see some Filipino music represents, so come by. Let's wave that flag together, yeah?
Java Jazz Monsters, and any other shows or projects in the horizon?
Currently, I'm in the process of writing a few more songs since I just dropped an album last year. Was it last year? Yeah, I believe it was last year. Yeah, so there are a few in store, and really excited to announce some release dates in the near future. So stay tuned. It's going to be a little bit different, but still pretty cool. So yeah.
All right, and for your fans who want to stay updated on all these shows and your new music that's coming up soon, where can they find you online?
You can find me on Jose Miguel Sings on Instagram, same on TikTok, Jose Miguel Sings, as well as Facebook and Spotify and all the other streaming platforms for my music. So check it out. Currently have 5-Star Overthinker out, which is the album that we released last year. So yeah.
All right, and that's at Jose Miguel Sings everywhere, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And of course, before we listen to your next song, Free, why don't you tell us what message do you want to give all your listeners, all your fans, and of course the monsters who are tuned in right now?
All right. Well, I guess what I gotta say is, come here. I just want to say thank you guys for supporting me throughout this journey. It's been one heck of a ride, and it's just started. I've been doing this for quite some time now, and there were times where I was discouraged not to release my own personal music because I didn't know if I was ready for it or if the listeners were ready for it. But I guess from the experiences that I've had, all I gotta say to you guys who are listening and watching is please, just let it out, set yourself free, do what you want to do, and the rest will just fall into place. So be proud of who you are and what you are. You never know, you might be on RX93.1 Monsters.
That's right. Now let's give it up once again for Jose Miguel as he performs his next and final song. Jose Miguel, Free, only here on The Monster.
To take you out for a night. Well, cheers to that and to the setting sun. It'll be worth taking a chance on. How high can you fly? Land in a place of your design. So spend no dimes, just your precious time with me. How bad could it be when all you got to do is let it be? How bad could it be when all you got to do is let it be? Let me set you free. Free. You're down to see the city lights. To the conversation as we go for a ride. Valet takes the car as I shut the door. Fast forward to the very top floor. Here comes the wine, and it's the kind you like. Have whatever you desire. So spend the night, take a red-eyed flight with me. How bad could it be when all you got to do is let it be? Let me set you free. How bad could it be when all you got to do is let it be? Let me set you free. Free. Don't count me out, don't count me out. Said all I wanna be is let you know, baby, let you go. Yeah, someday you might be. Oh, you, oh, oh. I said, how bad could it be when all you gotta do is let it be?
Exclusive interview only on Manila's hottest Monster RX 93.1.